into the second round then here at the second Players' Championship event of 2018. And it's Ian Diamond White against Jeffrey de Graaf for starters. This, the last 64 stage of a Players' Championship tournament. Both these players having won their first round matches. We've just seen Rem van Barneveld beaten by Jan Dekker.
25.
To complete the first round action.
25. Please throw again in reverse order.
Now we just see this pair pulling up to see who gets the darts first.
Outside the 25. Ian to throw first.
Diamond White will have that advantage. The man who's won 7 of these Pro Tour titles. One of the game's most consistent players.
100.
It was 1997 when Ian White was runner-up to Phil Taylor in the News of the World Championship. A decade later
97.
when he joined the PDC circuit full-time. And he's since picked up 7 of these Pro Tour wins, including a hat-trick of Players' Championship victories in Barnsley in 2016. Reached a career high of number 8 in the world.
100.
And following the retirement of the Power, he's now Stokes number 1.
$41.
The big monkey on Ian White's back is that of not progressing further than a quarter-final in a big
96.
TV event. Closest he came was perhaps around this time last year at the UK Open finals when Gerwyn Price landed 160 checkout with White having missed match darts.
41.
And he didn't add to his title haul in 2017, so he'll be hoping to put that right this year. Started off pretty well in Wigan, hit a 9-dart finish in UK Open Qualifier 2 as he reached the semi-finals. That was in a deciding leg. Dazzling darts from Diamond White. But in this first leg, de Graaf has opened up an opportunity to break by leaving himself 108 after a dozen darts.
137.
Can still be done, not anymore. It was a contrast for Jeffrey, who hasn't
46.
made it to Minehead, only managed to pick up £250 on each of the first 2 days of the 6 UK Open qualifiers.
Game shot.
As White lands tops to hold his throw. Just hearing that on the other stream board that David Van Baarle has missed double 12 for a 9-darter. We're still waiting for the first 9-dart leg on the live stream in 2018. Will it come today?
$100. $140.
Well, that was a unlucky deflection, but it will do very nicely. 125 followed by 140.
$41. $140.
Much like Madars Razma, who we saw earlier on, and perhaps Jan Dekker, who we saw in the previous match, Jeffrey de Graaf, something of an enigma.
140.
At times can be brilliant, and then you look through his results and he doesn't really have many fantastic runs, but you see legs like that. De Graaf goes out in 11 darts and you wonder why or how. The best run that he's had in the last 12 months was to a quarter-final of a Players' Championship event in Milton Keynes last spring. Is that the only time in the last 12 months that he reached the quarter-finals of anything other than the World Championship qualifiers?
$59. $57.
He did win several open events in his time in the BDO. Also reached a final trophy back in 2015.
177.
Hasn't managed to make much progress in the PDC majors. And will be
140.
hoping to do better this year. He could find himself fighting to keep hold of his tour card. A former pipe fitter from the Netherlands.
100. $57.
Double top then for Ian White.
42.
He lands it on top, and now De Graaf. He had a shot at 108 to break in the first leg. He wants 107 in the third, but once again he's not going to get a dart at the double.
91. Game shot.
And Ian White once again lands tops to punish. This is the 5th meeting between this pair, and Jeffrey De Graaf has won the last couple. A 6-3 win in Players' Championship 17 last year, and also at the German Darts Masters in 2017. But Ian White won 6-5 in a PC event just under a year ago, and also their very first meeting in 2016. White, as I mentioned, didn't manage to add to his title haul in 2017 as De Graaf switches to score a 174. But White did reach a couple of finals where he ran into Rob Cross, beaten 6-5 in Milton Keynes. And he also lost a final 6-1 to Gary Anderson in Wigan. You may remember the post-match interview where Ian White wandered back into the shot with a bag for life.
96.
Jeffrey down to a finish.
97.
As is Ian White, but one that you need to finish on the bull.
$80.
Just got word that the next match on this stream board will be Cristo Reyes against Chris Quantock. Now then. Yes, Ian, bullseye for a dazzling finish from the diamond. Oh,
Game
wonderful
shot.
stuff from White. 164 checkout, 2 in the treble 19, 1 in the bullseye, and a big break for Ian White. Superb stuff. Just felt that he needed something like that with his opponent averaging 105.
140.
And it really has handed the control of the match to the Stoke man. Must be hard to take that for De Graaf.
96. $100.
This pair Safe in the knowledge that they've earned some money at least today.
58.
That wasn't the case yesterday for Jeffrey de Graaf, who was beaten 6-5 by Nathan Aspinall in round 1, although it was a better day for Ian White. Beat Aidan Kirk, Madders Razmar, Johnny Clayton and James Wilson before losing out to Gerwin Price in
57.
the quarter-finals.
$57.
And I just get the feeling that that 164 has knocked the stuffing out of Jeffrey de Graaf. White looking to
60.
just keep his foot on his throat.
$100.
And close out this tie in double quick time. Half a dozen darts from 144. Yeah, good setup from Ian White. 3 clear at double when he returns.
138. Game shot.
Well, that could be an important dart, as important as a 164, because de Graaf was poised on 52.
$140.
But it looks like White might just waltz to the finish line. More results coming through. Richie Burnett, a 6-1 winner
35.
against Ronnie Hybrex. Good win for the Prince of Wales. The first round more or less completed. I think just one other result being waited on from the first round. So you can see how the draw is shaping up. PDC TV. The winner of this will take on the winner of our next match, which is Cristo Reyes against Chris Quantock. And then we will bring you selected matches from the last 32, last 16 quarters, semis, and of course today's final. Will we be seeing Michael van Gerwen in the decider again? Or will Sunday belong to somebody else?
81.
Let us know what you think. Hashtag PC2.
$140.
So de Graaf leaves one of the most famous darting finishers. It's just gone missing a little bit for Ian White in this leg. Thrown 9 darts, only on 3-4-4.
80 scored.
I know that was a good lie for Jeffrey de Graaf, but I'm not sure about staying
98.
there when your opponent's not on a finish. Potential of leaving yourself just 2 darts at double when you return.
140.
But as it is, tops will do the job for de Graaf.
Game shot.
Double 10. In fact, is the double that sees him move back within 2 legs, but White's still in full control of this one. Just want to consign that previous leg to the
180.
waste paper basket. And he kicks off this one in much, much better style.
92.
Scored more points in his first visit than he did in his first 9 darts in the previous leg.
$60. $96. 60. 59. 140.
Much better leg from Ian White, down to 61 after a dozen.
96.
De Graaf only on a combination check out. So no real pressure here for Ian White. Goes treble 7 for tops.
21.
Allows De Graaf a pop at 158.
90.
Bizarre choice of checkout again from De Graaf.
Game shot.
And he may well be checking out of this tournament because Ian White is one away.
$96.
Michael van Gerwen has safely won his second round match, a 6-3 success against World Championship semi-finalist Jamie Lewis.
81.
Some latest scores. Ryan Joyce, who reached the semi-finals here yesterday, is 5-4 up against Jelle Klaassen. Davy van Baarle 5-3 up against Dimitri van den Berg. Dawson Merschel, who knocked out Peter Wright, now 4-3 up against Mario Robbie. And for those that are interested in the board that we saw in round 1, Luke Woodhouse is leading Alan Norris 4-3.
100. 60. 140.
Well, another one in there would have got Ian White down to a finish.
140.
De Graaf matches the score and gets himself down to 121.
$100.
So the 100 from White gets him down to 80. 1-2-1 for De Graaf to stay alive. Treble 17. Not going to get a dart at the bull, so Ian White, when he returns, wants 80 points to book his place in his board final in round 3 of this tournament. Double 10 then.
$70.
Well, only one dart at double for Jeffrey De Graaf.
24.
And he hasn't. And despite the higher average for De Graaf, Ian White has eased through this contest. Can he pass the finish line now? Double 2 to do just that.
6 scored.
Not quite yet, White.
Game shot.
And De Graaf keeps this contest going at least a little longer. 7 points ahead in the average. He's got a 97 3-dart average, Jeffrey De Graaf. We hope to see more of this pair on the European Tour. All kicks off next month. The first 2 events, the qualifiers, were held here in Barnsley on Friday night for Leverkusen and Munich, and you can watch all the action live on PDC TV.
121. 180.
And Ian White, well, he's had enough now, hasn't he? He just wants to get over the line.
180.
To De Graaf, he's not letting him. Not letting up.
$140. 44.
Well, that was a badly timed mess from Jeffrey De Graaf. So Ian White on 98, which is not a certainty, but now all the pressure is taken off.
$82.
And the only way for Jeffrey De Graaf to stay alive here is to take out a big finish, which he might well do. Well, double 18.
Game shot.
What a shot from Jeffrey De Graaf, with Ian White waiting on 16 for the match. Jeffrey De Graaf pins 156 to break. And now he's throwing to force a last leg decider. Ian White likes it, he's having a little dance in the background. Play that funky music, White boy.
94.
And Ian White now, a wry smile. He might feel that Jeffrey was playing an old little trick of the mind there, taking his time retrieving his arrows. I've never seen that before. The player takes out 156 and the opponent indulges in a celebratory dance.
$99. $100. $85.
Well, a timely maximum from Ian White, who looked poised to get the job done in the previous leg before Jeffrey De Graaf pinned
59.
the 156 out. He might have to do even better than that if White doesn't clean up this 87. Well, he opted not to leave a shot at the bullseye.
71.
The gamble paid off because he did get a dart at the double, but he hasn't hit it. In the previous leg, White was waiting on 16. That's the wrong side of the wire this time.
120.
Ian White must be a relieved man. Can he finally slam the door shut on Jeffrey De Graaf? Double 4 now. Well, what's happening? Double 2.
No
Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh dear. Jeffrey De Graaf with a chance that he would not have been expecting. Double 16 to force a decider. You might well shake your head, Ian, but that was a bit of a mess. And that's an understated description of what just happened. White missing 4 match darts in that leg, and the last one was some way off.
100.
White has seen a 5-2 lead disappear here. And Jeffrey De Graaf has had the higher average through this match, but White seemed to have the game in his control. But now it's a test of mental strength as much as anything else for Ian White, because having missed 4 match darts in the previous leg,
60.
and that following a leg where he was waiting on 16 as his opponent took out a big 3-figure combination,
100.
he might just start to get the feeling that it's not going to go his way. Will it go the way of White? Which way will the tournament go? You tell us. Join the chat. Hashtag PC2 on Twitter.
140.
This one perfectly poised. We don't
100.
need the big crowds and the big stages for darting drama. We've got bucket loads here in Barnsley on the live stream. Well, this, a superb visit for Ian White. But the way this match has gone, don't discount the chance of taking out 170 to win this match. Well, now you can.
96.
Ian White will have more match darts.
Yes, 48 left.
Well, every time he's been at match point, Ian White has faltered, and he's fired in the first dart loose. He's got one dart at double top to win this match. Yeah, that's how you do it, Ian. Can he follow the practice swing with a carbon copy and land a double? It's over the top, and it could be over for Ian White, and I'm not sure he will know quite how. But now De Graaf might be finishing 20 bullseye for a ridiculous finish to a ridiculous match.
49.
Move the wire. Surely not, Ian. Surely you can't miss this time. Good guide. That will settle him. Double-barreled marker.
Game.
And
shot.
finally it goes Ian White's way. A puff of the cheeks in the end, and well, we could feel that relief for Ian White, who almost managed to snatch defeat